Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most elegant and powerful secrets in the English language. It's a little secret weapon that you've probably heard a million times, but you might not know what it's called, or, more importantly, why it can make you sound so much more professional. Let's dive in.
Okay, let's start with something you've definitely said before. If I were you, it just rolls off the tongue, right? We all say it, but have you ever really stopped to think about what's going on in that little phrase?
But wait a second. Why were? Why not was? I mean, I is singular, so it should be I was, right? Well, that is the central mystery we're going to solve today. And the answer is the key to unlocking a more advanced level of English.
Well, this isn't just some weird, random English quirk. It's actually a very specific, very intentional grammatical tool. And it's called the subjunctive mood. Honestly, understanding this is one of those little things that separates good speakers from great ones.
So what is this thing really? Before we get tangled up in a bunch of boring grammar rules, let's just focus on what it's for. The easiest way to think about the subjunctive is as the official mood of what if.
Okay, here's the official definition. It's a special verb form we pull out when we're talking about stuff that isn't, well, real. At least, not yet. We use it for things we're imagining, things we're wishing for, or things we're strongly suggesting should happen.
And this is the key takeaway. If you remember one thing, remember this. The subjunctive isn't about what is happening right now. It's all about what could be, what we wish would be, or what we insist should be. It's a subtle shift, but it's a powerful one.
Okay, so we've got the whole what if idea down. Now let's get practical. How does this actually work? We can break it down into two main types you'll use all the time, especially at work.
All right, form number one. This is the classic one we just talked about for all those imaginary hypothetical situations. When you say, if I were you, that little word were is like a secret signal to your listener that says, hey, we're stepping out of reality for a second.
I love this analogy, especially if you're in tech. Think of it like you're writing pseudocode. You're basically outlining a scenario that doesn't exist right now, but you're exploring it. For example, if the server were more stable, we wouldn't have these issues. You're defining a condition that isn't true. Okay, now for the second form. And honestly, this one might be even more important for sounding professional. This is where the subjunctive becomes a total game changer in your emails and meetings.
Take a look at these examples. See the pattern here? After words like suggest or demand, the verb that follows is just the base verb. It's not he updates, it's he update. No S. And it's not the bug is fixed, it's the bug be fixed. See how clean and direct that sounds? That's the power of it.
All right, let's bring this into the real world. This is where mastering the subjunctive can seriously give you a professional edge. It's all about sounding polished, precise, and in control.
Let's do a quick side-by-side. You could say, I recommend that he installs Python 3. And yeah, everyone will know what you mean. But listen to this. I recommend that he install Python 3. It just sounds sharper, right? More direct. It's a tiny tweak with a huge impact on your professional tone.
Here's another one. Perfect for a text setting. It's important that the data is encrypted. Again, totally fine. But it's important that the data be encrypted. Now that is precise. And notice the pattern here. For passive situations like this, we use be plus the past participle. Super formal, super clear.
So let's look at how this plays out in day-to-day office life. Making a recommendation? I suggest the team use version control. It's polite, but it's also got some weight to it. A polite order? The manager requested the issue be resolved. It's a command, but it's professional, not bossy. And then, of course, there's wistful thinking. I wish the deadline were next week. We've all been there, right? And here's a cool little bonus for you. You actually know way more subjunctive than you think. All these famous, powerful phrases. Long live the king. God save the queen. So be it. Guess what? That's the subjunctive mood in action. It's baked right into some of our most historic and powerful expressions.
Okay, let's pull all of this together into a simple toolkit you can start using today. This is your professional upgrade, when and how to deploy this thing to really make an impact.
The rule of thumb is pretty simple. If you're writing something formal, an email, a report, a presentation, always go for the subjunctive. It just screams professionalism. Now, in casual, spoken English, you'll hear people use both forms, for sure. But using the subjunctive is never wrong. It will just make you sound that much more polished.
So quick recap. When should you use this? 3 main times. 1, when you're imagining something that's not real, like if I were the project manager. 2, when you're recommending or demanding something, like it's essential that she arrive early. And 3, basically anytime you want to project that formal, precise, professional tone.
And to make it even easier, here are your trigger words. Think of these as your cheat sheet. Whenever you're about to use words like suggest, demand, insist, recommend, or phrases like it's essential, it's important, let a little alarm bell go off in your head. That's your cue. Time for the subjunctive. At the end of the day, just remember this one thing. Using the subjunctive isn't about being dramatic or overly emotional. It's about being elegant. It's about communicating with precision and clarity.
And there you have it, the subjunctive mood demystified. You now have this amazing little tool in your back pocket to make your English sound more sophisticated and professional. So I'll leave you with a challenge. In your very next email, how are you going to use the subjunctive to make your point even more powerful?